Double Identity, Picasso, and The Naked Truth.
Everyone, welcome Audra to the Maury Show. Audra says her boyfriend of 8 years, Chris, is her true first love. But sadly today, Audra feels like she's drowning in a river of evidence. Evidence that points to Chris being a cheater. You know, but for every clue that Audra uncovers, Chris apparently has a plausible explanation. So is she damaged, whose past relationships have made her paranoid? She's praying that a polygraph test will answer that question. This is Audra's story.
I have loved Chris for 8 years and have given him 2 beautiful daughters. But I am so scared that Chris is not the man I fell in love with. When we first met, it was like a dream. No one has ever made me feel that way before. But when I found proof that Chris was searching for escorts online, my heart was shattered. That's when I knew Chris was nothing but a lying cheater. I found a woman's earring in my car and women's clothing on the bathroom floor. And that's just the start of it. I can't tell Chris is the perfect man or the biggest liar ever. If Chris fails this lie detector test, it's going to destroy our family.
So I can't believe it or not, this might be the first time this has happened. Audra, you called the show because you wanted him to take a lie detector test.
Yes, I did.
And unbeknownst to you, he called our show because he wants to take a lie detector test. How about that?
He wants to take one for himself or wants me to take one?
Well, I don't know, but apparently he wants to come on the show to prove to you that he is true blue and that he is faithful.
That would be great.
That would be great, but you don't think so?
No, because he works in the nursing field and he's around nothing but women all day.
Right. And
he tells me that women say things to him like, oh, I wish you would give me a baby because you've got white people hair. And
but he throws that off all the time, right? He doesn't.
Yeah,
respond.
He says it's just kidding around. They're just kidding around.
Right. Meanwhile, you ended up, you decided you put a GPS system on, right?
Yes. Yes, I put a GPS on his phone.
And so you think at his job, when he leaves his job, he goes across the street a lot, and you think he might be what?
Meeting up with someone for pleasure. Whoa! It shows that he walks across the parking lot from his work, and he's there for 8 minutes, sometimes 12 minutes.
That's a pretty quick pleasure, isn't it?
I mean, it is what it is.
And you also found some clothes in the bathroom?
Yes. One day I came home, and I found an article of women's clothing laying on my bathroom.
Where did he say they came from?
He said, they're mine.
You know he thinks you're paranoid.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah. You think? And you also think that money's going missing because he's spending money on other women.
It's always going missing. And then it's like he purposely starts arguments with me so he can, because usually he'll hand me the money and say, here you go, control the money. Then all of a sudden, a couple days later, he's arguing with me, takes it all back, and then
leaves.
And then he will come home, and I'm like, where did you spend $600 at in 3 days?
Well, guess what? We're going to have the results of the lie detector in a few moments. But first, everybody, here's Chris. Chris, come on out. Good to see you, Chris. Have a seat. Chris, 2 kids, 8 years.
I have a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into her. I love this woman with all my heart. Let me look at her and look at me.
Right.
I mean, since I first laid eyes on you, I mean, I knew you were the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.